Today, we will take a look at a brief overview of the AgileField Field Service Management Platform. The main features of AgileField include scheduling and dispatch, a simple and easy-to-use field mobile application, work order management, including one-time break fixes, recurring or preventative work, or longer-term projects, customer engagement tools, including a customer portal and automatic notifications, inventory and asset management, including material inventory, equipment, and vehicles, integration to other CRM, ERP, or accounting systems, and analytics to evaluate performance and make the best business decisions possible. AgileField is a cloud-based platform. We also work in disconnected offline mode, which can be important for companies who work in areas with poor cell service. We can manage user permissions in the system, and we also play nicely with any tablets, smartphones, laptops, and computers, whether they're Android, Windows, or iOS devices. Our customer web portal and customer mobile application allows your customers to view equipment or vehicles they might own or have on site at their location, view job history and real-time progress on open jobs, and most importantly, request new work quickly and easily. AgileField has a number of options for customer communication with automatic text and email notifications. We can use these to send things like in-transit or on-site alerts, create custom templates for work orders or invoices, and even customer surveys. Notifications are driven by the job status. So when we look at this shot of the mobile app, we'll see a number of different job statuses. When a text selects in transit, we can send out one message. When a text selects on-site, we can send out another message. An example of this might be when the text selects on-site, the customer receives a text message saying, "Hello Bob, your technician Jen has arrived on site." And finally, when a text selects complete for the job, we can deploy a custom work order confirmation. These custom templates are built with HTML and can include things like logos, labor and material line items, form fills, customer information, and signatures. When it comes to scheduling, there are a number of different ways to do this within AgileField. The first and most commonly used way to schedule is with our drag and drop feature. Simply drag any jobs in the job queue above to the available users below. The second way is to utilize the map view while scheduling. This map view is a separate window and is most often used with dual screens. The table view and the map view interact with one another. So if I select a job in the job queue above, it will highlight on the map. Then, if I were to select a user on the map, it will highlight that user on the scheduler. The third way is with AgileField's auto-scheduling feature. The auto-scheduler algorithm is built to maximize customer satisfaction. For that reason, it will take into consideration any division restrictions, this is usually a geographic location, the job skill required to do the type of work, what users are available and have enough time to complete the job, and based on proximity by the last known location of the users. So if a job is at 3 p.m., it will schedule that job to the user that meets all the criteria and will be closest to the job at 3 p.m. The users on the scheduler are sorted by job skills and certifications, and we can filter the scheduler down by specific customers, divisions, projects, and more. The colors of the jobs indicate its status, like scheduled, off-site, or complete, and this provides a real-time view of what's going on in the field. Here, we will review some of the main features of the AgileField mobile application. AgileField can capture time in the system a number of different ways. This can be through time cards to clock in and clock out, logging hours on a specific job or individual activities, or collecting the time spent on site at a job. This will happen automatically as texts change the status of a job. At each step along the way, the system will create a date and time stamp and drop a GPS pin. AgileField has an optional but commonly used feature to allow techs to create new jobs from the mobile device without having to call into dispatch. Automatic notifications for technicians can be used to alert them of things like new jobs, schedule changes, or gate codes. the application can manage material inventory, vehicles, and equipment. The barcode scanning feature makes this a much easier process to scan in serial numbers without having to search through pages of parts or equipment. Photos and documents can be attached and viewed between the back office and the field in real time. As a job status changes, a GPS pin will be dropped to track a tech's whereabouts, and the same GPS feature can be used to provide driving directions to a job site. AgileField's inspection forms feature is used to create digital versions of any information that should be collected in the field. This eliminates the need for double entry and makes information available from the field in real time. Lastly, techs can easily collect customer signatures and sign off on jobs themselves. These signatures are viewable in the back office, can be used in any custom templates, and will be date and time stamped. AgileField's platform can manage inventory in a complex distribution network. This means we can easily move and track inventory back and forth between warehouses, vehicles, and customer locations. We will set up reorder levels to trigger low inventory alerts, whether that's on bulk materials like a box of screws, or serialized materials like a specific set-top box. The system will also track work performed and materials that are consumed on equipment in the field. AgileField has a set of preloaded core business reports that are anything you'd expect to see from a management or operations standpoint. You can also create custom reports and dashboards within the system and schedule those to be sent automatically. As an example, if the executive team wants a copy of all jobs completed each week, we can set it up to send a completed job report straight to their inboxes every Friday at 5 p.m. This way, they don't need to log into the system and click around to find the information that they need. AgileField has a virtual private data warehouse that is separate from our transactional database as you'd expect, so there's no impact on performance in the field. Our data warehouse enables you to continue using any analytics system you might already have. If you already have Domo, Tableau, or Power BI, we can simply point that at our data warehouse and you can continue to use the visualizations and system that you're used to. The AgileField Integration Hub is a two-way sync between AgileField and major CRM, ERP, and accounting systems like SAP Business One, Salesforce, Microsoft Dynamics, and QuickBooks. Our rich set of business use cases lets us push information back and forth between systems around all major business objects. These include jobs, customers, users, inventory, and equipment. This will allow your company to work seamlessly between systems and have necessary and accurate data at all times. Now, let's take a look at the product. In the AgileField Control Tower, we will go through scheduling a new job, view a customer record, and schedule the job. From there, we will jump into the mobile application to take a look at what working a job will look like for a tech in the field. When we first log into the Control Tower, we will see a set of dashboards that are easily configurable based on KPIs that a user would want to see. First, I'm going to go ahead and schedule a new job. To do that, I'm going to hit this New Job button on the left-hand side. Here, we can select a new customer to enter all the customer information and continue creating a job, or in this example, I will select an existing customer. Then we will select the customer that this job is for. What we're looking at now is a customer record inside of AgileField. If we are working with another system like a CRM or an ERP, we will likely be pulling all of this information from the other system. You'll notice there's quite a bit of information here, but keep in mind that we are able to hide many of the fields if they're unused by your company. Up in this section, we'll see some basic information about the customer, like company name, account number, point of contact, and phone numbers. We will also see some user-defined fields, like customer type. In this example, I have used commercial and residential. We'll also see division. This is a user-defined field that's typically used to divide geographic locations. We'll also see a field here for parent customer. Within the system, we do have a parent-child hierarchy that we can support as well. Down below, we'll see additional information about the customer, address information and a billing address if different. We also have flex fields. This is something that we have throughout the system for all major business objects, so for jobs, equipment, materials, and users as well. These flex fields are user-defined and allow us to support any custom fields or anything industry-specific that you may need to track. These can be drop-downs, date fields, numeric values, open text, or checkboxes. The Notes tab will allow us to add any internal notes about the customer and any alerts the text in the field may need, like gate codes or warnings for dogs in the backyard. Job history will give us a snapshot of previous jobs performed for this customer, and then we're able to drill down further by clicking on any of the job numbers on the left-hand side. The Equipment and Material tabs are going to show us any equipment or materials that are on site at the customer's location. AgileField can store multiple contacts for a customer, and during job setup, we can designate which contact should receive communication for job status updates. There's also a task feature within the system where we can assign tasks like follow-up calls, job approvals, and invoice reminders to other users. I'll go ahead and hit Next to continue scheduling the job. On this screen, we can input additional information about the job. We can enter a longer description or additional notes, reference or PO numbers, requested date and time, assign any equipment, and select associated contracts. I will go ahead and hit Quick Job here, and this will pull up a selection to choose what type of job this is. Depending on the type of work selected, this can automatically associate any billable items and even materials that we know will be used based on the type of work. I will go ahead and select Maintenance for this example and go ahead and schedule it. Here, we will see the job we just created. To easily schedule it, I will drag and drop it to an available user. A dispatcher can always change a user assignment or make a job longer or shorter as necessary. There are a number of things to look at on the scheduler view. First, up here we have the job queue. This will show us all of the jobs that need to be scheduled. Below, we have the different texts we can assign work to. The pink bars are used to indicate the availability of a technician. You'll see most people here are on 8 to 5 shifts, but these are easily configurable. We have all of the text grouped here by their job skills along the left-hand side of the screen. The different colors will indicate different statuses of the jobs. For example, red is complete, blue is off-site, and green is on-site. These will give us a good idea of what's going on in the field in real time. On the left-hand side, we have a Filters tab. We can use this to filter the scheduler by a project, a customer, or most commonly, a division. You'll see if I select different divisions here, I will see only jobs and technicians assigned to that division. Since I'm logged in right now as a system super user, I'm able to see all divisions, but we can set it so that users will only see the division that they're assigned to. We also have a status legend here for the job status colors. The scheduler can be viewed in a day, week, or month view. Now that we've created and scheduled a job, I will go over to the mobile device and work the job as a technician in the field. This is the welcome screen for the mobile application. Some of the features we will see are based on user permissions and can be adjusted according to your process. If we were working in a disconnected area, there would be a red button at the bottom reading offline mode. For all intents and purposes, I'll be able to work as normal and my data will upload when I get back to an area with connectivity. The first button I'll select is Timesheet. This optional feature allows a tech to punch in and punch out for the day. These time punches will have no association to any jobs or customers. The next button is the Search function. This enables techs in the field to view much of the information a back office user would have access to. These searches include materials, equipment, vehicles, customers, and employees. As an example, if I'm working a job and know Ben worked it last, I may need to call him with a question but don't have his phone number. This way I can get it quickly and click to dial. Now we will look at the warehouse button. A lot of times this function is only used by a warehouse manager or a super user of the system. The warehouse view will show us any warehouses we have access to here. After selecting a warehouse, I'm able to see all the inventory in that warehouse. I can filter this search down with a free text field or scan to search with my mobile device. From here, I can also assign one or multiple materials to a vehicle, receive new inventory at my warehouse, or click to view all the serialized material items and their statuses. We can also track inventory on any vehicles. When I click into the vehicle button, I will see the vehicle I have. Today, I have this GMC 1500. I can click in to see the inventory on this vehicle and also search with a free text field or search by scanning to make it even faster. When I click into a material, I can view any of the serialized items and can also add any additional items from any warehouses I might have access to, another vehicle, or a customer location. The most important piece of the mobile application for a tech in the field is the Jobs button. This is where a tech will see all of their jobs. I currently have this showing my jobs just for today, but we can set this to show any number of days in advance. With the Change Status button, I will go ahead and select In Transit, and then I'll select On-Site. As I do this, the system will date and timestamp me with a GPS pin. These actions will also drive any customer communication we have set up and change the job status and color for the back office. I will go ahead and select View Details here to begin working this job. I'm able to see the information for the job and can always come back here to change the job status. When I select the View Equipment button, this will show me any equipment associated with this job. I can add or remove any as necessary. If I click in on any piece of equipment, it will show me further details, notes, and allow me to add new notes as well. We will see customer information here, including phone number, email address, and a street address to click on for directions. We can also view job history here. This will show me all past work performed on this customer location. I'm able to search and also click in to get additional detail about any of the jobs. Documents can also be attached to a job individually or automatically based on the type of job that this is. I can swipe in to download and view right on my device. Next, let's take a look at the Forms tab. This is where any forms or information that is being collected in the field will live. These are all user-defined groupings and fields. We can also make any of these required as necessary. The Work tab is where we will have any billable items for the job. This can include any labor items, equipment rentals or charges, and any materials. What we see here was pre-populated based on the type of job that we've selected. A tech can always remove any line items or add additional line items, like materials, from their vehicle stock. The Sign tab is where we will collect signatures. We can require or turn on or off both the customer and technician signature fields. The Send Invoice button allows a tech to manually send a copy of the work order or invoice template. In the upper right-hand corner, we will see the picture icon. This allows a tech to upload photos from their image gallery or select camera to take photos at that time. The Notes icon allows techs to view any notes entered in the back office and enter anything additional from the field as well. When I select Save, the system will ask if I want to complete this job. I will select Yes to go ahead and complete it. This job will be flagged as complete and can trigger automatic notifications to the customer. I'll arrive back at the list of my jobs and go about the rest of my day. Thank you for joining our brief product overview. Our robust feature set can accommodate many job processes and procedures. We hope you will direct any questions to the AgileField team or any of our respected business partners.